Hello everyone, this is Rattue 498. This is a 2v2 battle that I did on grassy flatlands. I play as France, Withers is my ally, and he plays as France. On the opposite team we have Maximus, who plays as GB, and Nedkill Overlord, who's the host, who also plays as GB. So this is me and Maximus. Maximus takes a shot off and run away. He did. Seeing this, I pull my cav back away. I've got one militia unit. I've got 3 lights and 3 old guard, where I had 3 cav as well. Unfortunately, one of my cav units decided not to run away when I told it to, and ended up getting shot completely up and routed. So I move forward again, and he fires a volley off again with his lights. He's sending the cav unit of light dragoons right up the flank, hugging the red line. So he's done his volley with his lights and now he's running away again. So I thought, screw this, and I just send the cav going through this time. Luckily he doesn't form any squares, so I do some damage, but realistically I'm not after the line at the moment. I'm after the lights behind, because obviously his GB lights are a lot better than my volts which I've taken, so I wanted to kill them off pretty quick. So I've got another cav unit coming through, and I've got the 4th cav unit going on the line on the red line. So as you can see, the 2 lines are routing away at the moment. So my lancers are still attacking the lights at the moment, and I'm trying to move my old guard and my lights up as quickly as I can so they can start shooting. Maximus sends in his general, which is kind of silly, and also one of his cav units to try and help out, but they're not really going to do anything against the force which I've now got outnumbering them on that side. So, but I disengage my lancers. As in straight on melee they're not going to be as good, so I disengage my lancers and I go off to attack the rest of the lights and the line that are floating around everywhere, while the old guard and the lights get to shoot up the rest of their cavalry. So I'm routing away the lights and the line over there as well now, and the old guard on the bottom, as you can see, moving up. I've also decided to move up my 4 Polish units and my 2 other lights on the other side. But from this point it gets kind of shooting and running away. So I find that Maximus and Overlord now try to back off as much as possible, and as you can see now, if you look at the mini-map where we are at the moment, and you'll see later on, we're pretty much going down in a straight line behind the road. I don't blame Maximus for running away here. Realistically, he's got no other choice. I outrange him, my men are better, and I've got more of them, so he really has no choice but to try and run away back to Overlord. So sending a cav charge in just to make them full square, and then I'm going to move the old guard unit in. And same for the middle. The old guard and the lights, and I'm moving them up after they form square. That's it. And now my ally is pretty much demolished. Realistically, Overlord's really giving him a good kick in. So yeah, again Maximus is trying to pull away from the old guard. You don't want to stay in contact with the old guard. The old guard will destroy his lines extremely quickly, make them run away. So he wants to pull away from them as quickly as possible. So I've sent my Polish and my lights now. This is Overlord over here. I've sent my Polish and my lights over here to try and help my ally deal with Overlord, but my ally decides to run to me in a minute anyway. So, as I say, not a lot really happens at the moment. Just basically a lot of positioning and moving around, trying to get some kind of advantage. As you can see, I managed to get a few shots off there with my lights. This is the remainder of my allies' French army. Overlord seems to do a little bit of running away then, which I don't really understand. He heavily outnumbers him. So as I said before, if you now look at the mini-map as to where we all are, we're now pretty much going in a straight line down the battlefield. So here basically I reposition my lines. We actually get completely surrounded really. We do, they outnumber us heavily. I've got better units. I've got 3 old guard units left. No cavalry. But I've still got 4 lights and 3 old guard. My old guard are pretty much still at full strength. And here, as you can see, Overlord's moved up and I'm giving him some shots. My ally now is pretty much died off. Or has completely died off. Oh, I think that's my allies' men there. That last unit shooting now, I think that's my allies' men. And the rest of these are mine at the moment. So my old guard, I've got an old guard unit there and a Polish unit moving up with some lights in front. The scary old guard do their job, and 2 units are routed before they even volley. And there it says they volley. You can see the other 2 are routed away. Most of these units are routed away, all come back later, but the whole purpose is basically to stop them from surrounding me so I can, defeat this flank, because Overlord's left, my right was severely outnumbering my men, so I really had to try and do something about it. So you can see I'm moving an old guard and a Polish round as well to try and give him a hand. So up here I've got a light unit, and this is another old guard unit. I've kept 2 of my old guard units dealing with Maximus's men, which is this lot you can see in the picture now. He's just trying to harass me and basically piss me off, I think, because he constantly comes in and out and moves his men around and around, constantly making me have to reposition my men. But as I say, my priorities really were trying to deal with that flank for a little while. So I nearly get caught completely here. I didn't see this until really late. Overlord does a cav charge on my general, and if I lose my general now, it would cost me the game instantly. Overlord's still got his general. Maximus is the one that lost his, but I was lucky then, managed to get away with that. I think I've got 13 men left in the unit now. This is on ultra settings, whether anyone would have noticed because of the amount of men. This is on ultra settings, which I don't usually play, but there weren't really many games on when I decided to have a game, so I thought I'd have a go at it. As it turned out, this was a great battle to fight and it was really good fun. So as you can see now, I've got 1 old guard unit there on the right, and the rest of these 3 units are Polish. So their morale is hit pretty heavily with an old guard unit around. Down here at the bottom you can see my old guard unit's firing on the foot unit, and down at the bottom of the screen there as well you could see 2 Highlanders going melee on my lights. I then send an old guard unit across, which you'll see in a minute. Now I decide to pull back as he's starting to surround me a bit too much. I'm losing too many of my Polish, and I can't really afford to lose men at the moment. I'm severely outnumbered, but as I say, I've got the better units. But if I start losing men unnecessarily, then it'll all be over. As you can see here, the scary old guard are chasing away the British lines. And over here, two British lines decide to go melee into my Polish. So I send another Polish in, who are actually pretty good at melee. Well, I have a Polish unit there as well, lined up ready to shoot them. As I say, the Polish are pretty good at melee, so it shouldn't be a problem. I've got two Old Guard units here, I think they're two. Shooting at those lines, and I've got that Old Guard unit still chasing away the British line. There's three more British line there as well. So the Old Guard unit are going to have a go at them in a minute too. So here they go, they've chased away the other ones. So now they're coming in for the other British line that are left. This Polish unit do really well. There's another two British lines coming in there to fight. The Old Guard here is just shooting up a line over there. I didn't really see what was going on here, to be honest. I probably didn't pay too much attention. Should have switched one of the Old Guard round and started shooting at the British lines from behind. But I didn't for some reason. So here my Old Guard are going melee on the remaining two. And the general's now decided to charge in at my Polish and my general, as well as the foot guard unit. I believe they're trying to kill my general here, and it looks like they manage it as well. So at this point I did think I'd lost. I thought my general being killed would have been a hugely demoralising thing for the men, and that would have been that and all over. So now their general decides to charge in at the Old Guard. He's already defeated, I think it was 4 lines now that Old Guard unit have taken on in melee and beaten. And the general comes in. I think they've only got about 20 men left now. Yeah, and they rout away. So now the chase is on, basically, for me to try and kill as many men as I can. I still didn't know who was going to win this. There was a couple of units behind me as well, but I managed to get rid of these 2 units on the left extremely easily, and they both die off very, very quickly. As you can see, there's 2 units over there, and there's another unit at the bottom right, top right. And he still has his general, and there's 2 more lines here. I still have the Old Guard. I've got a line unit that go in for cover, so basically any shots and everything aimed towards them. So my Old Guard, I've got 2 Old Guard units there on the right and 1 Polish that are just coming out of square now. They've all got about, the 2 Old Guard have got about 60 men left in each. The Polish have probably got somewhere near 100. So my Old Guard I've left there firing on that unit, and you can see there one of the line units at the bottom have routed away. The line unit on the right is now routed away, so I turn my 2 Old Guard at the 2 units coming behind, leave my Polish facing the other line and the other general. And when they get there, basically against the Old Guard, and the fact that they've been walking forever to try and get to them, they just have it instantly. So this is the end of the battle, and this was a really, really enjoyable game. I had a lot of fun in this game. I thought it was a good game as well. It's basically what I posted it. The general, the line, both ran away now. There's one line on the bottom right which I just run to and they run away. So it was a good game to everyone. Thank you for playing. I hope you enjoyed the video.